Damn. He's
Elvis
good.
sent him.
He is good. I mean,
Elvis
this stage
sent
has
him.
been blessed tonight. I kind of feel a little bit nasty getting up here to tell a dirty joke. But here we go. Had to get a Bud Light from the beer lady. On the way down here, one of the kids farted in the van. It didn't smell bad, but the air tastes like a Slim Jim. I'm trying to wash that out of my mouth. Well, here we are at Graceland 2 on Golson Avenue. Put together really by Marie's love and Jeff's patience. Appreciate that. He's got to be a patient man to do all this. I've been by here and it was about 200 or 300 degrees. He's out here with a shovel, digging ditches and laying pipes, which I guess it's a good opportunity for us to do a racism test. Now listen, y'all be quiet. Don't shout out anything, all right? We're going to see if anybody in the crowd is racist tonight, because this is a melting pot. We're just going to test and see, all right? So what I want you to do is I want to picture a person who's digging a ditch with a shovel, okay? Now what is that person? Don't say it. Take off the first letter of that and replace it with an N, okay? Is anybody out here thinking of Mexicans? If you are, you're racist, all right? So, here we are on Golson Avenue. Now if you head down the road a little bit, you'll see a house and where another patient man lives. Down here past the adult daycare, past the dentist office, past the house that's had a tree branch on it for 3 or 4 years now. Take a left and you'll see a house that's got all kind of Trump banners and flags around the fence on the wrought iron fence around the property. So the name of the house is Live Oaks. It's a lovely house. Mike and Lisa live there. But a lot of people know it as the Trump house. They live here in town. So I was having a gathering at my house a few weeks back, and some of the people I had invited previously, I knew they weren't going to show. I had cooked too much food, and I had seen Mike and Lisa earlier in the day and invited them over. They said, sure, we're not doing anything. We'll come down and fix a plate. And I headed on back to the house. Half an hour later or so, there they come. They walk around the back to where we were. And they sat down there. We got to talking. Now, Mike, he's a good guy. He's a wise guy. I really respect him. He doesn't waste words when he speaks. But when he gets started talking, it's kind of like a boulder rolling down a hill. It's going to stop when it gets ready. Just watch it or get out of its way. So Mike says, I'm going to go ahead and fix Lisa a plate if that's fine. I'm like, sure, the wings are over there next to the grill on a platter. He goes over there and he starts talking about his work and what he's been doing, and I'm eating up every word he's saying, you know. Love Mike. He picks up my tongs, the scissor-shaped ones. It's got the rubber dip on one end like a scissor, you know, and he picked up my chicken wing, and he looked at it, and he was talking about work. I thought he was going to pause what he was talking about to tell me how good they looked, because they did look really good. And he flipped it over and flipped it back this way, and he kind of held it up a little close to his body and did a little chicken dance with his left arm here. And he kept on talking about work, talking about the people he worked with, and he put it back. And then he reached and picked up a different one, and he looked at it. He looked at the back side of it, and I'm thinking, is there something wrong with my chicken wings? Do they look raw? Do they look burnt? Because I smoked them, but I kept the sauce on. They looked really good to me, and they were good. But he held it up next to his body again, and he did a little chicken dance with his left arm like this. And he took and put that one back, and he keeps on talking about this, talking about that. And he picks up another chicken wing. Now this time he behaved a little different. He held it down at arm's length next to the other ones, flipped it over, looked at the back side. He held this one up close to his body, and then did a little chicken dance with this arm right here. And he put it on his plate, and he reached over to where I had some mashed potatoes. And I said, Mike, hold on. Let me interrupt you for a minute. What's going on with the chicken wings like that? What's going on with the chicken wings? He said, William, there's nothing wrong with the wings. It's just that Lisa is so conservative, she won't even eat a left wing. Yeah. I swear, he's a patient man. He loves his wife, okay? But yeah, there's a lot of conservative values in this town. All kinds. It takes all kinds to make a town, you know? It takes all kinds. Now, in my family, we are a video gaming family. Now, I don't know if anybody else here is a video gaming family. So if you are and you have kids,
Well, I don't know.
this
Kids.
generation I've noticed, you're going to hear them cuss for the first time different than we would in our generation. You know, we might have picked up something hot off the stove and like, shit, and mama heard it. Or stubbed our toe and be like, oh, damn it, you know, or slammed our finger in the door, or maybe even hit our thumb with a hammer trying to start a nail. But if your kids play these video games online, you're gonna walk in and you're gonna hear them cussing. And a lot of times it's the other kids and it's not yours, but sometimes you'll hear your own cussing. So I walked in on my son one day, and he's playing a game with friends, and I can hear them all in there chattering this, chattering that, and I felt had a kind of a wholesome feeling because they were talking about three little pigs. One of them said, little pig, let me in," and I'm like, well, I didn't even know that kids even told this story anymore, or they were taught this story anymore this day and age. But that wholesome feeling didn't last long because one of the kids said to my son, he said, "Oh yeah, you just a little fat piggy, ain't you?" And my son didn't miss a beat though. He said, "Ain't nothing fat about me but this dick." Well, one of the other kids said, "Well, report." He said, my son said, "Why don't you remind me, report your mom for being a hoe?" I'm like, dang, go. We're talking about 10-year-old kids here. You gotta be careful with these. It did say that the online interactions are not rated by the ESRB, so can't get mad at the game maker for that. I guess that's on me. Has anybody here, was anybody around to take the tour as it was hosted by Paul McClaff? Is there anybody? Round of applause. Anybody? Okay. So some of you'll know that the things that Paul said were vulgar. Ooh. And I went on a tour a few times. One time we came here, was my first time we came, and he said some things that really stuck with me. I'll get to that, and I hope I don't gross you out. And I hate to say the kind of things on this stage. You had such a good blessing earlier. Y'all going to wash the sins away later, though, right? With the jam session? Oh, tomorrow. Good. Y'all pray for me. All right. Okay. So, my cousin lives in Tupelo, and she found out I had moved to Holly Springs. Now I moved to Potts Kemp first when I came to Marshall County. Now I had been by this place and I'd seen it, and I was like, there's got to be some kind of maniac living there. And how come the town hadn't bulldozed it, or how come some vigilante hadn't snuck over here and burnt it down, you know, just to get rid of it? But I was shocked to find out that it was a museum, and it was an Elvis Presley museum, and I had seen the Graceland 2 sign and stuff, and excuse me, Bud Light. So whenever she said, "Well, you gotta go," I said, "Okay, we'll go." So her and 3 of her friends, a couple, and then her guy friend, said, "Well, let's go. We'll be up there this afternoon." And me and my girlfriend, we came, and we got here, and the door was just locked, and she just started beating on it, clank, 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 let us, to get in. She said, "He'll come to the door." We're there for about 2 or 3 minutes, and this big fella down here, down the road here a little bit, is outside calling for Harold, calling out, screaming out for Harold, And I was like, well, I guess he's lost his dog or something. Well, we sitting there on the porch, or standing there on the porch, because I don't think anybody trusted those raggedy-looking chairs that were out there. And we beating on the door again. And she says, "There's no need for that, he'll come." Well, sure enough, about the time he came and opened the door, the guy down here still calling his dog, calling loud, calling mean. Sounded like he's going to beat the dog when he catch him. And it was a little bit concerning. But we went in, we come inside, and the place smelled like a piss and a box of wet Playboy magazines. Don't ask me how I know what that smells like. And so you come in, and you sign in. You had to pay $5 unless you was a lifetime member, which my cousin and her friend were. And he took us in, locked the front door with a damn key, and took it out. So we'd have had to get the key from him to get out. Then he took us into the room next to it and locked that damn door behind us with a padlock.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, had us padlocked in there. And he goes on to tell us about this this one starlet that was one of Elvis's flames, and how pretty her titties were, and how much my cousin reminded him of her. Now, her titties were just about like that starlet, except that starlet's titties, Paul knew somehow, nipples were so long she couldn't even breastfeed her baby because the baby gagged. Golly. I'm telling you, that stuff will keep you awake at night. You know, we get into the next room, and he's showing us this pistol. It accidentally goes off when his finger slips off with a hammer after he told us to shoot him, kill him if he'd bring Elvis back to life. My girlfriend's over here talking about she got to pee. And he said there'll be a place to pee at the end of the tour. I can hear this man outside the windows calling for Harold, but it was unreal because all the windows are painted dark, 3 or 4 coats of paint. I mean, if the outside walls of this house could talk, they'd beg you to put them out of their damn misery. They got to have 14, 15 coats of paint on them. If that, probably more than that, I don't know. So we do that. He tells us about some other actors had such a nice big ass. You drop an ounce of Prince Albert down the back of her pants, she could shake like this and roll you a damn pack of cigarettes, come out in the pants leg of her shorts. Just like, just rolling them up like that, I guess. I don't know how it works, but. And then this other actress, she said, this is the one I can't get out of my head. Said her pubic hair was so long and coarse you could floss your teeth with it. Did you hear what I said? Could floss your teeth with it. And I see lesbians, I'm like, they got a nice smile. Is there any truth to what he said? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He brings us out here. There's a damn electric chair. Looked like he made it with leftover fence material from. He probably got it off of somebody's farm. Had a die-hard battery hooked up to it. Said Bruce Willis left him that here. He said he put barbed wire on the lines out front to keep George Bush's daughters off of them. I mean, a lot of tall tales. Told the men there was a men's bathroom around behind him, that stack of trunks, but wasn't nothing but a fence to piss on. Brought us back inside, walked us up a hallway. There were 7 of us in there, including him, and I really thought we were about to go through the floor and prove to us that this is a museum. He keep picture of everybody that had been through here and offered to sell us a copy for $5. That's what, $5 everything. Tried to sell us a piece of rug out of Elvis Presley's bedroom for $5. Yeah. I guess $5 bill was his favorite thing, aside from Elvis. So we get outside through the tour, and he had told us at the end of the tour would be a place where the girls go to the bathroom. They locked us out in the damn door. There was no bathroom. The place the girls can go pee is somewhere else. All right. That's a weird experience. I've been in some weird situations before. One time, I had finally talked this pretty girl to go out on a date with me, and my friend said they were having a birthday party. So I said, hey, that's great. I'm going to invite her to come with me to the birthday party. We showed up. It was a damn orgy. Now, I think I felt weirder leaving Paul's house than I did that night, y'all. That girl never spoke to me again. Now, I don't know how or why, but it was the women that was always wanting to come over here to get cringed and freaked out. I guess they thought if they could survive this, they could survive anything. And we were getting ready to get back in the car and leave. Now look back down the road here. That big fella that had been calling Harold earlier had found Harold. Harold wasn't a dog at all. It was a little old man. He was walking like this. And the old man, it was the adult daycare, y'all. And the old man was like, they need to learn how to lock the doors over there. Anyway, y'all, this is my time. I appreciate it. I hope you had some chamomile tea or something the way you were singing, so you can get back up here and do it some more. Thank y'all. It's been wonderful. I'm William Thompson. Now that's just William with all the middle letters took out. William, that's how we say it.